Hello, today we're going to do a read aloud called Are You All Here? And this is a math read aloud. Rhoda Red had 5 healthy, wonderful, fun-loving chicks. They weren't always perfect, but she loved them with all her heart. Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, and Roy, Rhoda called out joyfully to her 5 chicks as she poked her head into the barn. Are you all here? Can you see them? Are they all there? How do you see them? Did you see 4 on the bottom and 1 on the top? Let's see if we can make our bead rack match. So that's how I saw them. 4 on the bottom and 1 up top. Come on, everyone, we're going to the barnyard to play. But remember, Rhoda cautioned them, stay close and don't go off on your own. I saw that crafty old fox this morning and he looked hungry. How do the chicks look now? Oh, do they look like all 5 together? So now all 5 are together. The 5 chicks lined up behind their mother and scurried into the barnyard. Once in the barnyard, the chicks raced about, scratching in the dirt to find some worms. They were so involved in their search, they soon found themselves at different ends of the barnyard, trying to determine who had found the juiciest worm. What do they look like now? They got separated, and now do you see a group of 3 and a group of 2? Rhoda Red was carefully keeping an eye out for that crafty old fox. She turned around to make sure her babies were safe. Uh-oh. I bet she's going to be worried. Oh, no, 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 no. What happened? Rhoda Red screamed. Had the hungry fox taken one of her babies? She knew they were all there when they walked to the barnyard in a straight line, but now things looked very different. Rhoda Red called out in a worried voice, Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, and Roy, are you all here? Are they? So let's take a look at that bead rack. First, when they came out in the barnyard, they were all 5 together. And now what she sees is, 3 over here and 2 on the other side of the barnyard. Are all 5 chicks still there? If we put them all together, is it still 5? Sure is. 3 and 2 makes 5. With a quizzical look, Ruby, Riley, and Rose shouted, We're right here, Mom. What's the matter? Reuben yelled, I'm here too. Roy yelled too, but no one heard him because he was a little bit busy. There he is. Oh, thank goodness you are all here, Rhoda Red exclaimed. I thought for sure that fox had come when I wasn't looking and taken one of you. Rhoda Red had been very worried, but now she relaxed a little, knowing all 5 babies were there safe and sound. Uh-oh, here they go again. Let's have a race to the stable, said Riley. Okay, said Rose, but I get a head start because I am the smallest. There she is. Ruby, Riley, Reuben, and Roy got behind the starting line. Rose moved a few chicken feet ahead of the rest, and when everyone was in position, she turned around and yelled, Mom, can you start the race? Uh-oh. Now what do you see? How are the chicks organized now? Let's take a look what happens. Rhoda turned around, about to say go, but instead she said, "Oh, no, 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 not again." They were all here before when she had seen 3 and 2 earlier, but now she saw only 4 chicks on the starting line, with Rose out in front. "Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, and Roy, are you all here?" Are they? Let's take a look. So we had 3 and 2 when they were on the opposite side of the barnyard, and we said that was 5 altogether. But now how are they organized? We have 4 on the starting line and 1 more up front. Are all 5 chicks still there? Of course. 4 and 1 make 5. They're just in 2 separate groups. Still 5 little chicks. "Oh, thank goodness you are all here," exclaimed Rhoda with relief. "I know that Fox is around here somewhere, and I worry about you." Rhoda Red took a deep breath and began to relax. She got into character as the referee, and with her wing poised high in the air, she lowered it quickly, yelling, "Go, kids, go!" Rose got an early lead, but Ruby, Riley, and Reuben were close behind. Roy, well, along the way, he had gotten a little distracted and was at the back of the group. Little Rose won the race by a mere beak length in front of her other siblings. What do you see now? This page is a little bit tricky because a lot of kids see different things on this page. Let's take a look. Some people often see 1 chick out front, and that is Rose in the lead. And then they see these 2 right here. So got those 2 separate. And then these 2 in the back, and we left those separate. Sometimes my friends see 1 in the front, and then they see these 3 together because in the book it said Ruby, Riley, and Reuben. So they remembered those 3 names were together. And then, oh, poor little Roy, he's in the back because he got distracted with the butterfly. So he's back here. So kind of a couple different ways to see this one. It could be 1, 3, and 1. Still makes 5. Or it could be 1, 2, and 2. Still 5. Still all 5 together. Let's see what they're up to next. After the race, the chicks started laughing and talking about how their mother was acting so worried every time they formed different groups. "Let's do it again," said Rose mischievously. Ruby and Riley huddled together by the pig pen, while Reuben and Roy ducked behind the cow's legs. There they are. I got 2 right here behind the cow's legs, and 2 up here near the pig pen. In order to get their mom's attention, Rose threw a big rock into the puddle and made a big splash. What is the mom going to think now? The sound of the splash made Rhoda Red jump. She turned around so fast she got dizzy and fell down. Oh, poor Rhoda. Looking up in horror, she saw her chicks grouped differently again. "Oh, no, 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 no," she yelled, "not again." She was certain the fox had come this time and taken one of her babies. With fear in her voice, she slowly called out, "Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, Roy, are you all here?" Are they all there? Let's take a look. How do they look now? How did they group themselves? Do you see 2 over here under the cow's legs, 2 up here next to the pig pen, and then 1 right here who threw the rock? She thinks it's pretty funny to tease her mom. 2, 2, and 1. Are all 5 chicks still there? They sure are. She didn't lose any. Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, and Roy were all hysterical. They were laughing so hard they could hardly breathe. Finally, Rose calmed down enough to say, "We're all here, Mom. Don't worry." All 5 chicks were safe and sound, and Rhoda was relieved. But she did not appreciate their antics. "It's not funny. I've had enough," she said with a frown. "I thought for sure the fox had come and taken one of you away." She's very worried, Mom. Oh, take a look. "Everyone come here," Rhoda demanded. With her 5 babies tucked safely under her wings, Rhoda Red thought about all the ways her chicks had grouped themselves together. "I get it now," she thought. "There are many ways they can group themselves. Just because they change groups doesn't mean that I had lost any of them to that nasty fox. They were here the whole time." So look at her little thought bubbles there. She was remembering, they came out of the barn all together as 5 and 1. And then when they were looking at worms, they were 3 and 2. And then when they were at the start of the race, they were 4 and 1. And then when they played their last silly trick, when they were behind the cow's leg and by the pig pen and one throwing the rock, they were 2, 2 and 1. But the whole time, all 5 chicks were there. "Okay," said Rhoda Red. "Everybody back to the barn." Ruby, Riley, Rose, Reuben, and Roy all raced back to the barn, shouting, "Last one in eats a stinky bug." Rhoda Red watched as 4 of her babies sprinted into the barn. She looked back to see Roy as usual, slowly making his way back to the barn. There's Roy. So what do they look like now? Did you see the group of 4 and a group of 1? 4 that were quick. And Roy, he's our slowpoke at the end. "Well," said Rhoda, "there are 4 in the barn and 1 slowpoke. But this time I know all my babies are safe and sound because 4 plus 1 makes 5. And all my chicks are here. I'm not going to worry about the fox this time." Should she be worried? I'm going to show you a close-up of that page and see if you see anything you think she should be worried about. Let's see. "That's strange," said Rhoda. She had an odd feeling that something just wasn't right. Just to be sure, she decided to count her babies one more time. She had each chick call out a number. 1, said Ruby. 2, said Riley. 3, said Rose. 4, said Reuben. 5, said Roy. "Okay, so now I know all my babies are here, safe and sound," said Rhoda. "But wait, what is this? There's one more? What?" shouted Rhoda. "I don't have 6 baby chicks." Uh-oh. "Oh, no, 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 you don't." So here are the 5 chicks. And somebody was playing a trick. It didn't work. Nope. And there he is with his costume pulled off. So that book is a great way to practice all the ways that you can see 5, even when they're not all together. So let's take a look at that bead rack again. So we had all 5 red beads. Sometimes we could say there was a group of 4 and a group of 1. Still makes 5. A group of 3 and a group of 2. Still makes 5. We could pull them all over here and say we had a group of 0. How many would be hiding under here? It would be the group of 5 because 0 and 5 make 5. We could separate it out this way. 2, 2, and 1. That makes 5. 2 and 2 we know makes 4. 4 and 1 makes 5. So practice the best you can all the ways to make 5. Thank you so much for joining my Math Read Aloud today.